They've lied to you about the real meaning of as above, so below. And what you've heard barely even scratches the surface. The truth? It's far more profound, far more powerful than you've ever been told. You see, this ancient phrase, it's not just a poetic saying, not just some mystical riddle. No, it's a living, breathing principle that holds the key to understanding reality itself. Imagine this. The universe operates on laws so precise, so perfectly interconnected, that what happens on the grand cosmic stage mirrors what happens deep inside you. Have you ever paused, really paused, and thought about that? This idea, though obscured, dismissed, misunderstood for centuries, quietly underpins everything, from the vast, dazzling sweep of the stars overhead, down to the tiniest unseen movements within your mind. But here's a question worth asking yourself. Why was this knowledge hidden? And even more thrilling, what could happen if you truly grasped how this principle governs your life? Today we're going to dive deep, deeper than you've ever gone before, into the hermetic teachings of as above, so below. And together we're going to reveal truths they never wanted you to see. Are you ready? Because once you see this, there's no unseeing it. The phrase as above, so below, as within, so without comes from the heart of Hermetic philosophy, an ancient tradition of wisdom attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a mythical figure who many believe unified science, spirituality, and mysticism into one breathtaking vision. At first glance, it may seem like an abstract idea, tucked away for philosophers or mystics to ponder. But let's be real, its implications? They are anything but distant. They are alive, here and now, pulsing through the very fabric of your existence. This principle, a universal law, describes how everything is interconnected. What exists on one level of reality is mirrored on every other level, from the swirling dance of celestial bodies to the flickering, shifting patterns of thought within your mind. Can you feel it? That subtle but undeniable mirroring between the cosmos and yourself? There is a reflection, a sacred echo that links the macrocosm, the vast universe, and the microcosm, the miraculous being that is you. And this principle, it isn't just theoretical. You can see it everywhere. Whether or not you've realized it yet, it's been there all along. Think about fractals, those infinitely repeating geometric patterns that stay the same no matter how far you zoom in or out. You find them everywhere. The delicate branching of trees, the complex structure of your lungs, the very fibers of your being. They are living proof of as above, so below. The small reflects the large. The patterns echo across every scale. And here's the mind-blowing part. This isn't just poetic, it's scientific. It's reality stitched into the very fabric of existence itself. Now pause for just a moment. Let this thought settle. How does this principle show up in your own life? Because it's not just about stars and trees, it's about you, your internal world, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, acts as a blueprint for your external reality. How often have you noticed it? When you're confident, the world seems to open up to you. When you're anxious, everything feels like an obstacle, doesn't it? That's not a coincidence. That's the Hermetic principle at work. The universe mirrors your internal state back to you, creating a powerful feedback loop between your mind and the reality you perceive. And here's the secret they've desperately tried to keep from you. This principle is far more than just a feel-good idea. It's not some trite motivational poster. It's a key to power, the power to transform your life by mastering your inner world. Imagine, just for a second, what would your life look like if you truly owned that power? While we could explore endlessly here, some insights are so profound, so life-shifting, that they require more than just casual conversation. And maybe that's exactly why you're here right now, because a deeper part of you is ready for more. When you begin to understand as above, so below, it becomes crystal clear why so many ancient traditions emphasize balance and harmony. Aligning your inner world with the laws of the universe isn't just a spiritual exercise, it's deeply practical. Hermetic wisdom teaches that spirit and matter are not separate. They are reflections of the same infinite source. What happens within you doesn't stay contained inside. It radiates outward, influencing your relationships, your opportunities, even your physical health. And the beauty of this principle? It lies in its breathtaking simplicity. You don't need to climb mountaintops or meditate in hidden caves to see it unfold. You just need to pay attention. Start noticing how your emotions influence your decisions, how your beliefs shape the opportunities you see or don't see, how your habits quietly sculpt the future you're walking into. When you embrace this awareness, something shifts inside you. You're no longer a passive participant in your own life. You begin to realize the incredible power you hold, the ability to create harmony within yourself and reflect it into the world around you. For centuries, the Hermetic principle of as above, so below was regarded as sacred, mystical wisdom, whispered through esoteric teachings and hidden texts. But now more than ever, this ancient truth stands ready to be rediscovered. And here's something truly exciting. Modern science is starting to catch up. As our understanding of the universe deepens, the line between mysticism and science grows thinner and thinner. And the echoes of this Hermetic principle, they're becoming impossible to ignore. Take, for instance, the concept of fractals, intricate, breathtaking patterns that repeat endlessly at every scale, from the structure of galaxies to the veins in a leaf, from the majestic branching of trees to the hidden networks of your own brain. What you see on a grand cosmic scale is mirrored in the tiniest, most intimate details of life itself. That is, as above, so below, in living action. Or consider the mysterious phenomenon of quantum entanglement. Particles separated by vast distances somehow remain connected, their states mirroring each other instantaneously, defying all conventional logic, yet perfectly aligning with the Hermetic truth that all things are interconnected. Think about that for a moment. What happens to one echoes through the whole. Even the revolutionary concept of the holographic universe suggests that the entire cosmos is encoded within every fragment of existence. Just as a single shard of a hologram contains the whole image, each part of the universe reflects the structure of the entire creation. This is not coincidence. It's the sacred architecture of existence, woven into every level of being. And if you pause and really feel it, you'll sense the deep unity behind all things, including yourself. The vastness of the cosmos, the intricate workings of your mind, both are expressions of the same underlying law. When you begin to see these connections, as above, so below, stops being just an ancient phrase. It becomes something alive inside you, something undeniable. It's not just a relic from forgotten temples. It's a guiding, living truth for how the universe and your life actually works. Understanding this doesn't just deepen your spiritual awareness. It radically shifts how you experience your day-to-day existence. You start noticing the invisible threads that link your thoughts to your experiences, your inner world to your outer reality. And my friend, this is where the true power lies. By embracing the unity of science, mysticism, and philosophy, you unlock a completely new way of perceiving yourself and the world around you. You realize your life is not separate from the greater universe. It is a direct reflection of it. And when you truly grasp that everything is connected, you begin to see that even the smallest changes within yourself ripple outward, shaping not just your destiny, but the destiny of the world itself. One of the greatest misunderstandings about existence is the perceived divide between spirit and matter. We're often taught to think of them as opposites. Spirit as something intangible and pure, and matter as something dense, physical, mundane. But what if that's not the truth at all? Hermetic philosophy reveals a deeper reality. Spirit and matter are not enemies. They are simply two expressions, two reflections of the same infinite essence. And when you really sit with that idea, it changes everything. Energy and matter are interchangeable. Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, whispers the same secret Hermetics taught thousands of years ago. Matter is simply condensed energy, energy vibrating at a slower frequency. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you are, it's all vibrating energy, shaped by invisible forces flowing through the fabric of existence. The stars shining above you, they're not isolated. They influence you, just as your internal world shapes the reality unfolding around you. Spirit flows into matter, shaping it, and matter in turn reflects the movements of spirit. You've likely experienced this connection, maybe without even realizing it. Think back into a moment of intense emotion. When you were anxious, didn't your body tighten, your breath shorten? When you were joyful, didn't you feel lighter, freer, like you could almost float? These are not accidents. They are real-time evidence of spirit and matter interacting, dancing together within you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, things so often dismissed as intangible, have a direct, undeniable impact on your physical body and your external world. And Hermetic teachings go even further. They suggest that the external world you move through every day is not random. It's a mirror of your inner state. What you hold in your mind and heart is what you see reflected back to you. This explains why two people can walk through the same experience and see it so differently. One sees an opportunity, the other sees a wall. The difference isn't out there, it's inside. As above, so below. As within, so without. When you align your inner world with clarity, intention, and higher truth, your outer world begins to shift in response. Science, remarkably, is beginning to validate these ancient teachings. Studies in neuroplasticity show that your brain physically rewires itself based on the thoughts you nurture, the habits you practice. Focus on positive, empowering patterns, and you strengthen the pathways that will help you thrive. Neglect them, and you reinforce the patterns that hold you back. This isn't just thinking positive. It's biology. It's universal law, the same Hermetic law whispered through the ages. Your internal state literally shapes your external reality. But it doesn't stop with thoughts and emotions. It extends to your habits, your environment, your actions. Hermetics teaches that the physical world isn't just some passive backdrop. It's alive, it's dynamic, it's participating with you in the dance of creation. Every action you take, no matter how small, sends ripples outward, influencing the great web of existence. This is why mindfulness, disciplined habits, and self-awareness matter so much more than most people realize. They're not just good practices, they're keys to aligning with the harmony of the universe itself. Think about sacred geometry for a moment. Those breathtaking patterns, from the symmetry of a snowflake to the spirals of galaxies, are not random. They are the fingerprints of the divine. They are the visual language of how spirit organizes matter into incredible beauty, into intricate complexity. When you meditate on these patterns, when you weave them into your life, you begin to resonate with this deeper order. You feel more connected, more grounded, more in tune with the deeper rhythms of life. The Hermetic principle of unity between spirit and matter invites you to see your world with new eyes. The challenges you face, they aren't just random roadblocks. They are opportunities to realign your inner world. The joys you experience, they aren't accidents. They are the reflections of the harmony you've nurtured inside yourself. Understanding this, truly living it, transforms your entire perspective. Life stops feeling like a series of disconnected events. Instead, it becomes a flowing, interconnected journey, where every thought, every feeling, every action contributes to a grander whole. Ultimately, recognizing that spirit and matter are one gives you something few truly find: the conscious power to shape your reality. You're no longer a victim of circumstance. You're no longer lost in randomness. You stand in the realization that change, real change, begins within. And once you know this, once you feel this in your bones, you can never unknow it. The beauty of the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, is that it's not just a lofty idea. It's a tool, a living, breathing tool for real transformation. By understanding how your inner world reflects into your outer reality, you unlock the power to deliberately reshape your life from the inside out. Even the smallest internal shifts ripple outward, touching everything. The principle becomes your guide, showing you how even tiny adjustments in thought, emotion, or habit can reshape the external world around you. And one of the most immediate places you can see this principle at work is in your thoughts. What you consistently think about forms the lens through which you experience life. Have you noticed it? Negative thought patterns, self-doubt, fear, resentment, they don't just stay locked inside your mind. They manifest in your behaviors, in your relationships, in your missed opportunities. On the other hand, cultivating empowering, positive thoughts doesn't just feel good, it draws experiences toward you that align with your inner vision. The Hermetic principle teaches, this is not some wishful fantasy. It's the natural law of correspondence in action. Think about it. Have you ever entered a room when you were radiating joy and noticed how people seemed to smile back at you without knowing why? Or walked in carrying stress and tension and watched how quickly the energy shifted to match yours? Your energy, shaped by your internal state, affects everything around you. People don't just hear your words, they feel your vibration. When you consciously focus on cultivating calmness, gratitude, presence, you don't just change your own experience. You invite the world to mirror that energy back to you. Soft, powerful, this awareness alone can transform the quality of your life and the lives you touch. The same applies to your core beliefs. Many of the walls you perceive in life, the ceilings you bump your head against, they aren't really out there. They're reflections of limiting beliefs still alive inside you. If you believe you're undeserving of success, if you believe opportunities aren't meant for you, even when chances appear, you may not even see them, or you'll find a way to push them away without even realizing it. But here's the beautiful truth. When you change your internal narrative, replacing I can't with I can, and I'm not enough with I am more than enough, the entire landscape around you starts to shift. You notice doors you couldn't see before. You see bridges where before there were only chasms. Because my friend, the walls were never out there. They were within. But as above, so below doesn't stop with thoughts and beliefs. It reaches deeper into your daily habits, your seemingly small choices. Every small decision you make is like tossing a pebble into a pond. The ripples might start tiny, but they spread farther than you can imagine. Consider daily disciplines like meditation, journaling, mindful movement, or intentional breathing. These practices may seem almost too simple, easy to overlook, but don't be fooled. Over time, they compound into something massive, building resilience, expanding awareness, anchoring you in peace even amidst chaos. Meditation, for instance, doesn't just calm your mind in the moment, it rewires your brain. It strengthens the very pathways that allow you to stay grounded, resilient, fully awake. This is the magic hidden in the small, consistent practices that align your inner world until they flood outward into every area of your life. And don't forget the environment you choose to create around you. Your surroundings are a mirror too. Cluttered spaces, they feed mental fog, confusion, stagnation. An organized, uplifting environment, it naturally fosters clarity, inspiration, focus. Take a moment to reflect. What is your outer environment telling you about your inner world right now? And equally important, what small shifts could you make today to invite more harmony into both? Physical health offers yet another glimpse into the truth of as above, so below. Your body is a living mirror of your mind, your emotions, your habits. Stress, for example, doesn't just exist as some vague feeling. It often takes form as tension, exhaustion, illness. But the body doesn't betray you, it reveals you. It offers a reflection, sometimes gentle, sometimes urgent, of the imbalances you carry inside. And by honoring this reflection, by addressing the root causes, whether it's relentless overthinking, unresolved emotions, or harmful habits, you begin to restore the sacred balance between spirit and matter. Practices like yoga, breathwork, mindful eating, these aren't trends. They are ancient doorways back to alignment. They help synchronize your physical being with your spiritual essence. And when that happens, when your spirit and your body begin to move together again, you don't just survive, you begin to thrive. The principle of as above, so below isn't just about thoughts and habits. It's also about how you approach the inevitable challenges that life places in your path. You see, Hermetic wisdom teaches that obstacles are never just external problems to be conquered. They are mirrors, powerful reflections of what's happening inside you. When you encounter a setback, a frustration, a roadblock, pause. Ask yourself, what is this challenge trying to show me about my inner world? Is it mirroring fear, insecurity, resistance to growth? When you shift your focus inward, when you have the courage to face these internal patterns head-on, something incredible happens. The external obstacle often begins to dissolve or transform into a stepping stone. You realize that the real battle was never out there. It was always within. And by healing the inside, you shape, you elevate the outside. This approach not only resolves immediate problems, it ignites profound personal growth. Each challenge becomes an invitation to greater awareness. Each struggle becomes a portal to deeper strength. One of the most powerful ways to embody as above, so below, is to align your intentions with universal harmony. When your goals spring not from fear, not from competition, not from the desperate need to prove yourself, but from a deep, authentic desire to grow, to contribute, to serve something greater, the universe responds. Opportunities flow toward you. Synchronicities light up your path. Life seems to open its arms and welcome your journey. You're no longer struggling against the current. You're moving with it. And trust me, once you feel this shift, you'll wonder how you ever lived any other way. Ultimately, living by as above, so below means becoming a conscious creator of your reality. It's about stepping out of the role of passive observer and stepping into the powerful role of deliberate participant. You recognize every thought, every emotion, every action ripples outward, shaping not just your personal life, but the collective fabric we all share. Think about that for a moment. Every time you choose kindness over anger, every time you choose gratitude over resentment, every time you choose courage over fear, you're not just changing yourself. You're planting seeds in the world around you, seeds that will grow in ways you may never fully see. The Hermetic principle reminds us that every small step towards self-awareness and intentional living has the power to create ripples that touch hearts, shape communities, and even shift the destiny of humanity itself. Because whether you realize it or not, you are part of something much greater than yourself. You always have been. And every time you choose to align your inner world with higher truth, you help weave a little more harmony into the grand design of existence. You're not just living your own story, you are participating in the great story of the universe. And your part matters more than you know. When you embrace the principle of as above, so below, the transformation isn't limited to your personal life. It ripples outward, touching your family, your community, your world. Hermetic wisdom reminds us, individual change has collective consequences. Have you ever wondered, could shifting your inner world really change the larger one? The answer is yes. Every time you heal an inner wound, every time you choose love over fear, every time you align with truth instead of illusion, you don't just change yourself, you contribute to the healing of the collective. Think about it. Every great movement in human history, from the quest for freedom to the rise of civil rights, began with individuals who first transformed themselves. Figures like Mahatma Gandhi, like Martin Luther King Jr., they didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for the world to change. They aligned their personal convictions with their actions. They embodied as above, so below. And by doing so, they inspired millions. Nhanman, Chamlai. Their inner worlds became the spark that ignited revolutions. And if they could, why not you? You might wonder, but how could small, personal changes affect something so vast? But pause and consider this. Every system, from an ecosystem to a society, is made up of interconnected parts. When one part changes, the entire system feels it. Just like a single drop creates ripples across a whole pond, your small, conscious shifts send waves of transformation outward, often farther than you can even see. Imagine cultivating true inner peace. That peace touches every conversation you have, every decision you make, every soul you encounter. Your calmness in a storm could de-escalate conflict. Your hope in despair could reignite faith in someone who's struggling. Your authentic kindness could set off a chain reaction that lifts countless others. This is not fantasy. This is how interconnected systems work, whether at the scale of nature, society, or the cosmos itself. Look to nature. In healthy ecosystems, harmony is sustained not by dominance, but by cooperation. Bees pollinate flowers, ensuring the survival of entire forests. Rivers carve valleys that nurture new life. Wolves balance deer populations, which in turn preserves entire landscapes. Everything is connected. Similarly, in human communities, it's empathy, cooperation, and conscious action that create the conditions where everyone can flourish. When you align yourself with that natural order, when your internal state radiates outward in harmony, you contribute effortlessly to the greater well-being of the world. On a practical level, this means understanding that your personal growth, your healing, your awakening, isn't just for you. When you choose awareness over numbness, presence over distraction, compassion over judgment, you become a living example, a lighthouse. People are drawn to authenticity, your energy, your actions, your quiet resilience. They inspire others to explore their own potential. You don't have to preach. You don't have to convince. By living the truth, you ignite recognition in others. You plant seeds of transformation, seeds that can grow into forests of change. One of the most powerful ways to live as above, so below, is through acts of service. Not out of guilt, not out of obligation, but out of love, pure, expansive love. When you give from a place of wholeness, you align your personal energy with the collective good. It could be as simple as lending a hand, listening deeply to someone who feels invisible, or sharing the wisdom that once lifted you up from darkness. These small acts create ripples. They grow into waves. They change the world. Today, more than ever, you have tools at your fingertips to amplify this ripple. Social media, podcasts, conversations, communities. They're bridges for sharing ideas, for spreading light. When you speak your truth, when you embody this principle in how you live, you awaken a spark in others. Some may dismiss it, some may resist, but others will feel it, and their journeys will begin because you had the courage to live yours. But the ripple effect doesn't stop at individual transformation or even community impact. It extends farther and deeper into the very heart of the global challenges we face today. Because many of the crises humanity wrestles with, environmental destruction, social injustice, widespread division, they don't arise from external forces alone. They are symptoms of a deeper disconnection, a severing of the sacred link between spirit and matter, between the inner world and the outer one. What would happen if enough people began to realign themselves with universal harmony? What would change, not just in our personal lives, but across our planet? Hermetic wisdom shows us, when we heal the inner, the outer begins to heal too. When individuals shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, they inspire sustainable practices that nurture both people and planet. When people choose empathy over apathy, compassion over judgment, They build bridges across divides that once seemed impossible to cross. The healing of the world starts not with governments, not with corporations, not with distant institutions. It starts with the beating heart of each awakened individual. It starts with you. The collective power of transformation lies in the realization that we are not isolated. You are not just a single drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a single drop. When you live aligned with as above, so below, you contribute to a conscious movement that transcends borders, ideologies, and divisions. This is how revolutions are born. Not through grand declarations shouted into the void, but through countless small, intentional shifts rippling outward until they become a tidal wave of awakening. Imagine a world where millions of people live in alignment with these principles, where inner harmony fuels external action and every life reflects the balance of the cosmos. This isn't a utopian dream. It's a possibility, rooted in the very laws that govern existence. The Hermetic principle teaches us transformation is not optional, it's inevitable. When enough individuals commit to living authentically and harmoniously, it begins with you, but it never ends there. Every thought you purify, every belief you elevate, every act of kindness you offer, ripples outward, far beyond what you can see. You have more influence than you've been led to believe. Your life touches lives you may never meet. Your courage, your clarity, your willingness to align. It matters more than you know. The changes you make within yourself, they don't just transform your experience. They shape the world we all share. This is the power of interconnectedness, a living, breathing reminder that no action is too small and no soul is too insignificant to make a difference. By living the truth of as above, so below, you become a force of transformation in a world that desperately, urgently needs it. The true meaning of as above, so below is so much more than an ancient saying. It's a blueprint, a sacred map for living in harmony with the universe. It reveals that everything is connected, from the farthest stars blazing across the cosmos to the smallest details in your everyday life. It teaches you that your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, are not separate from reality. They are shapers of reality, and by aligning yourself with the true laws that weave through all existence, you can create profound change within you, around you. Think about what this principle is offering you: the power to transform your life, not by force, not by domination of the outer world, but by taking sacred ownership of your inner state. The frustrations you encounter, the limitations you feel pressing against you, they are not signs of failure. They are invitations to realign, to restore harmony where discord once lived. When you shift your internal reality, letting go of limiting beliefs, embracing gratitude, living in integrity with your highest values, you set in motion a process that will ripple outward into every corner of your existence. The key to transformation isn't some far-off mystery, it's right here. It's the understanding that this is not a one-time event. It's a practice, a sacred art, a way of walking through life with mindfulness, discipline, and trust in the deeper currents of the universe. Challenges will come, of course they will, but now you know they are not enemies. They are mirrors, each one showing you the next place you are being invited to align even deeper. This journey won't always be easy, but it will always, always be worth it. Because every small step you take toward inner harmony draws you closer to a life lived in effortless flow with the universal laws. And here's the most beautiful part. When you align yourself, you're not just changing your life. You are contributing to a collective awakening. You become a silent invitation for others to remember who they truly are. Your transformation whispers through the fields of consciousness. It's possible. Look, feel, remember. The Hermetic principle reminds us, your awakening is never just your own. Every life you touch, every soul you inspire, every moment of kindness or clarity you extend, ripples outward in ways that you may never fully see, but that always, always matter. You are part of something larger, something timeless, something magnificent. A movement toward balance, wisdom, understanding, and growth. A movement that connects all beings across all space and time. If you have felt even a spark of recognition in your heart during this journey, don't let it fade. Fan it, feed it, let it grow, because the world needs you. Not a version of you clouded by fear, but the real you, aligned, awake, alive. The real power of as above, so below, lies not in words, not in theories, but in living it, in becoming it. Remember, you are not separate from the universe. You are its reflection, its expression, its sacred song in human form. Your thoughts, your actions, your intentions, they matter more than you may ever fully know. They are the building blocks of reality. They ripple outward. They shape the world. By living in alignment with this principle, you're not just creating a better life for yourself. You're joining in the eternal dance of creation, a dance that lifts us all. Now, it's your turn. Align your inner world, transform your outer reality, and live as the magnificent connected being you were always meant to be. Because when you do, you won't just change your own life. You will help to awaken the world. Your journey is just beginning, and we can't wait to see where it leads.